A very good evening to you, and thank you so much for joining us here on Channel 1 News Hour weekend on this 21st day of April 2018. A lot has been making the headlines from the wars within the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. We also have matters to do with politics and a lot more that has been making the headlines in Kenya. And later on, my colleague Richard Munga will be joining us for sports, being a sports day. Of course, that is a discussion that you really don't want to miss. But before we delve into what we have for you tonight, let's have a look at the news highlights.
It is in the interest of the people of Kenya to not only reconstitute the IEBC commissioners, but to also overhaul completely the IEBC secretariat.
Will the centre hold? Fate of IEBC commissioners could be headed to Parliament as pressure mounts on IEBC commissioners to resign.
Kuna mambo mawili ya muhimu. Ya kwanza, tumesema tunataka kuzalisha chakula ya kutosha. Hii kuku iko hapa ni chakula. Nyama yake ni chakula. Mayai yake ni chakula. Na pia ni biashara.
An auction in Uasin Gishu lands in Group D. And a tough draw for Kogalo. Gor Mahia lands in Group D in the CAF's Confederation Cup. All right, this is some of the stories that we have for you tonight and much more. Our Twitter handle at KBC Channel 1, by Twitter handle at Zeda Brenda. SMS line is 22162, 22162, and a sign language interpreter on the bottom right of your screen is Steve Ndunde. Steve, thank you so much for joining us in tonight's bulletin. On that note, One News Hour begins right now, and it begins with the top story that has been making headlines for the better part of the week, and that is the IEBC row, when troubles are facing IEBC could be headed to Parliament amid rising calls for the 3 remaining commissioners to leave office. Now, in a new twist, Majority Leader Aden Duale now wants Parliament to intervene and overhaul the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. Now, this comes as the Catholic Church warns the electoral agency has lost public trust, calling for its restructuring.
Pressure has been mounting on IEBC Chair Wafula Chebukati, together with Commissioners Abdi Gulie and Boya Molu, to step down from the country's electoral agency. But despite this, the 3 remain adamant that they are legally in office.
If anybody feels that he has an issue with the commission, the law is very clear as to removal of commissioners from office. So they are at liberty to take that route if they so feel.
And as they vow to stay put, it appears the next battlefront the Commission may find itself is Parliament. Majority Leader Aden Duale is calling on Parliament to move with speed and restructure the electoral body if Chebukati is not willing to relinquish the position.
It is in the interest of the people of Kenya to not only reconstitute the IEBC commissioners, but to also overhaul completely the IEBC secretariat. And I think that is a function of Parliament, and that's a function of the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee of the National Assembly and the Legal Affairs Committee of the Senate.
At the same time, the Kenya Conference of Catholic Bishops is not mincing its words in pushing for the reorganization of the Commission.
IEBC, I think it's collapsing. So the best thing to do is that as all as Kenyans again come together again and look at the fact that we need IEBC, and maybe it's an opportunity that we shall have also an IEBC that all of us will agree together.
KCCB Chairman Philip Anyolo charges that as presently constituted, IEBC suffers a credibility crisis and do not meet the integrity threshold to conduct electoral affairs on behalf of the public.
So let us all of us calm down, be sober in looking at the idea of IEBC, and if all of us agree, we get the IEBC that we need, and we know it will provide, it will serve us, and then it will have to be a solution.
On Monday, third IEBC commissioners resigned, citing lack of leadership from the chair. They accused him of, among others, high-handedness. Eric Biegon reporting for Channel 1 News.
All right, now meanwhile, NASA leader Raila Odinga now says IEBC is currently constituted, cannot be relied on to oversee the 2022 election poll. Odinga says the handwriting is on the wall and the commissioners should leave office to allow electoral reforms. Now separately, Deputy President William Ruto presided over the first ever poultry auction in Kambi, Kuku, Uasin Gishu County, saying the Jubilee government is committed to promoting value addition on all food supplies to boost profits.
Deputy President William Ruto returns to his village where he started his life as a chicken seller, and this time round he was to fulfill a dream to support other hustlers who endeavor to make a living through selling poultry.
Chemutai na area MCA pamoja na wale wengine wote walioandaa mnada huu wa kuku, ambayo nafikiri ni mnada ya kwanza duniani ambayo inafanyika leo, na tumelete hii mnada kwa mahali hapa, mahali kuna historia. Nyinyi mnajua nyumbani ni ngambo hiyo, kama kilomita 5 hivi. Nilikuwa natoka ngambo hapo na kuja hapa nauza kuku.
The Deputy President reiterated the government's commitment to achieve food security, saying the poultry market was an ideal venture. The second in command told poultry farmers and traders that the government was in the process of setting up industries to add value to their products. The slaughterhouse at Kambia Kuku in Uasin Gishu will be installed with a coolant to enhance preservation of the perishable commodity.
Kuna mambo mawili ya muhimu. Ya kwanza, tumesema tunataka kuzalisha chakula ya kutosha. Hii kuku iko hapa ni chakula. Nyama yake ni chakula, mayai yake ni chakula, na pia ni biashara. Ile pila ya pili ya industrialization, manufacturing, value addition, ndio tumekuja hapa ijulikane ya kwamba ile value addition na manufacturing tunazungumzia sio factory ya simiti peke yake, sio factory kiwanda kubwa ya mabilioni peke yake. Hata hii biashara ya kuku tunaweza kutumia hii kutafuta enterprise, kuweka value addition, na baadaye tukafanya biashara ambayo italeta utajiri na kuajiri watu kazi.
The Deputy President also tasked Uasin Gishu County government to get an official market for chicken auctioning, similar to the Baringo market for goat auctioning.
Your Excellency, hii soko na huu mradi umeanzishwa na moja ya vijana katika wadi hii, huyu msana Jemutai, na pia hao wauzaji, na wako na nia ya kupanua maneno ya kuuza kuku na kutumia kuku kama njia ya kuinua maisha ya jamii.
The Chicken Auctioning Day aims at giving chicken farmers a platform to trade their birds. Separately, NASA leader Raila Odinga in Kakamega County ahead of the start of devolution conference next week. It is here that he took a stab at IEBC, calling on the commissioners to read the signs as the country has lost the faith in the commission.
Tunajenga madaraja. Kusema tunajenga madaraja. Hiyo mtu Jordan. Ya kuvuka pingie wapi? Salimena na Uhuru. Salimena na Nyayo. Salimena na Kibaki.
At the same time, Musalia Mudavadi, who was with the former premier, called for all-inclusive talks in the path to national unity.
Hii kiti mimi nitatafuta. Na mimi nikitafuta, sisemi Musalia waje kutafuta. Sisemi Wetangula awaje kutafuta. Waje nitafute, alafu tukutanie huko mbele tuongee sisi wenyewe. Na tuone kwa sisi nani anaweza kufuka.
If you want a free and
fair election in this country. Lazima tufanye electoral reform in this country, na tuanze na Bwana Chebukati na timu yake yote waende nyumbani.
Kevin Washira, Channel 1 News.
Now from political matters, and President Uhuru Kenyatta has wrapped up his 5-day official visit to London, which included attending the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting. His second is Kenya's head of state. Now the president arrived in London on Monday, attended high-level forums being held on the sidelines of the summit, where he marketed Kenya as a preferred investment destination.
President Uhuru Kenyatta engaged in a flurry of activities in London, including holding meetings with the United Kingdom leadership led by Queen Elizabeth II and Prime Minister Theresa May. The president also held a meeting with Prince William, Duke of Cambridge. President Kenyatta and the Queen shared a table during dinner where they spoke of the shared heritage between Kenya and the UK. The Kenyan government also held ministerial engagements with Foreign and International Trade Cabinet Secretary Monica Juma, holding meetings with UK Secretary for Foreign Affairs Boris Johnson, New Zealand's Foreign Affairs Minister Winston Peters, and Australian Minister of Foreign Affairs Ms. Julie Bishop. During his visit, President Kenyatta used the Commonwealth Summit to encourage investors from the UK and other Commonwealth nations to invest in Kenya. While in London, the President also delivered an address at the Chatham House, where he spoke on his Pan-African view and finding Africa's place in the world, and also featured in the Amanpour show hosted by renowned CNN journalist Christian Amanpour.
Now, the Kenya Editors Guild held its election today with the newly installed officials pledging to revamp the organization that draws membership from mainstream media houses in the country. Now, 3 Kenya Broadcasting Corporation's editors were elected to various positions in the body established in 1997.
It was a special general meeting to elect new office bearers of the Kenya Editors Guild. 14 individuals were elected to serve for a 3-year term. Churchill Otieno of the Nation Media Group is the new chair, succeeding Linus Kaikai of Royal Media Services, who has been at the helm for 3 years. Otieno will be deputized by Kenya Broadcasting Corporation's Editor-in-Chief, Samuel Maina, who retained the seat. Graham Kirwa and Rosalia Omongo, both editors at the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation, were elected executive member and secretary of programs, respectively. Christine Ngoku, a former journalist, was elected secretary, while the treasurer's position went to Arthur Okwemba of the Africa Women and Child.
And from where I sit, the biggest task, the biggest duty that we have really is to find ways for journalism to be independent so that it can speak truth to power.
We are going to combine efforts with the Media Council, with the Kenya Union of Journalists, and all stakeholders, so that what is coming from the institution fits into the profession.
As opinion shapers, claim our space as guiding even the agenda of what the nation, the citizens are discussing. And this is the position that we want to take.
Well, congratulations to Kenya Broadcasting Corporation editors for being elected to various positions in the body of the journalists, that is the Kenya Editors Guild. Now, it was time for celebration as KBC's chief librarian, Fanny Chebet, made her wedding vows at a colorful ceremony at Crisco Central Church in Kisumu. Chebet, who is based in Kisumu, pledged to honor and love Dr. Anthony Opondo in a ceremony that was attended by family, friends, and we wish them all the best as they begin their new chapter in their lives. Here are excerpts from the ceremony that was filled with song and dance as they made their pledges before God and man.
But I want to challenge you today, learn to hold some of your feelings until the right time when you can share them out. At pieces, but are wise. And transfers should be as few as must be.
I, Fanny Chebet, do take you Anthony Opondo in sickness and in health. I will love, honor and obey you. As long as we worship. as long as we vote in. And so I give you my promise. Amen.
Congratulations to Fancy and Anthony Opondo as they begin a new chapter of their lives together. Now, Trans Nzoia County Government has embarked on an intervention to fight the menace of the fall armyworm, which is threatening food security. Farmers have been urged to be alert and report any sightings of the fall armyworm to agricultural officers for immediate intervention. More details in the county briefs.
In a bid to protect farmers' crops, Trans Nzoia County Government launched the fight against the fall armyworm in Saboti and Cherengani constituencies. Governor Patrick Haemba called on the national government to intervene by helping in the purchase of the pesticides, which are expensive to the ordinary mwananchi.
Ndizi ukilima mama hata koza chumvi wiki anakata 3-4 anauza.
Separately, the Kenya Forest Service has unveiled 8 independent quick response units in a bid to combat logging. The units are expected to work with the community in conserving community forests. Meanwhile, the National Chambers of Commerce and Industry has embarked on a mission to seal loopholes affecting regional economic growth at county levels. The National Chamber of Commerce and Industry cites corruption, tribalism, and unhealthy business practices as the root cause for sugar millers' companies' collapse in the region.
Yes, we know that some of their outgrowers have had bad business ethics, and we will try and address that.
Elsewhere, public health officials have demolished a popular eatery in Kisii County owing to health concerns. The owners of the eatery are now crying foul over the exercise, calling on the county government to intervene. Separately, in Nairobi, the Afya Corp Society held its 38th annual delegates conference, recording an improved performance for the year 2017. The society's chair, Vitalis Lokiri, attributed the success to a manageable economic environment.
We have a provision in the law, Section 35 of the Cooperative Societies Act, where in case of non-remittance, the commissioner has the mandate to take the employer to court.
And the HCG, CCK, Cancer Center and the Group of Bikers Association have launched a cancer survivor campaign aimed at creating awareness on the disease. The 6-day campaign, themed Celebrating Life, will see the teams traversing the country, sensitizing the public on cancer. And Lotto Foundation held the 15th Help Me Walk mobile clinic in Kitui. The Help Me Walk project provides comprehensive specialized orthopedic care to children with disabilities such as spine deformities, clubfoot and cerebral palsy to get mobility assistive devices.
We actually sponsor free specialized orthopedic treatment for kids who have clubfoot, spinal disorders, etc. And we encourage parents who have children with such disorders to come out and take advantage of this project and bring your children, let them get free care that they deserve.
Irene Nchuma Odim, Channel 1 Weekend.
All right, that story brings us to the end of the first section of our bulletin. I need to pay way for my colleague Richard Mungo, who's up next with sports. And just to remind you that being a sports day has 2 interviews tonight. And the first interview shall be speaking about the topic Chapa Dimba.
4 minutes.
Chapa Dimba, basically, he will be telling you what you need to know about it when it comes to nurturing sports of the young men and women in our country from different regions. Then later on, he shall be talking to another group concerning Gor Mahia's forthcoming Confederation group matches. All that during the sport section with Richard Munga. So allow me to take a short breather, but up next is Richard Munga.
4 minutes is a chance for you to win big with Mega Dollar. Just go to Lipa na M-Pesa, enter paybill number 295888, account name KBC, and amount from 10 shillings or more. Then select your 10 numbers from 1 to 80 and send to 29588. You can win up to 30 million shillings. Start playing now and win. Mega Dollar. Big winners every 4 minutes.
Now go crazy for Christ. Zigwende, yeah, so zigwende. Hizi vitu ndogo ndogo ndogo. Dance imeshika mashindani. He got me going.
FC and Ulinzi Stars live from Machakos County Stadium starting at 2 p.m. on KBC Channel 1.
He's about to kill this woman, and then he's going to kill me. I saw his fist clench up. She planted her feet, and she said, "You leave my house now."
God has a plan for all of us, and we don't know what it is. You have to be patient and wait on Him, and He will guide you.
Beautiful. Nicole C. Mullen has a distinctive sound and songwriting ability. She is the first African-American artist to win Dove Awards for Song and Songwriter of the Year.
Reading the story of Job and his life, I thought, how much more can I praise him? How much more should I praise him, knowing the end of his story? Job didn't know the end.
Oh, good evening and thank you for joining us for Channel 1 Sports tonight with me, Richard Munga. Now, on to a top story tonight whereby former Kenya Premier League champions Tusker FC once again failed to get all maximum points after going down 3-1 away to Zoo FC at the Kericho Green Stadium, a result that leaves them at the 14th position on the log on 10 points after 11 games so far this season. The Brewers' season seems to only get worse after registering their 5th loss of the season, going down 3-1 to Zoo FC at the Awendo Green Stadium. Last season's most valuable player, Michael Madoya, gave host Zoo the lead in the 40th minute before turning provider to Nicholas Kipkirui, who extended the host lead in the first half extra time. In the second half, Kipkirui secured his brace after netting Zoo's that goal, with Matthews Odongo scoring Tusker's consolation goal in the 81st minute. The result leaves Zoo 13th on the log on 11 points, while Tusker is 14th. Meanwhile, in Mombasa, Boniface Akenga came off the bench to give host Bandari a 1-0 win over 4th-placed AFC Leopards at the Mbaraki Stadium.
First thing is that first half we managed to go goalless. We didn't concede, which has been a big problem on our part. So that was something we had been working on throughout the week. And obviously before the game I told the players, listen, the biggest opponent is the pitch. The way we play, the style we play, we can't play here.
But in the second half, substitute ambazo nimepiga, hizo subs ambazo nimepiga ndio zimefanya tukawin game. Kama Kenga hii ndio game ya kwanza sasa anakuja vizuri kwa sababu tulipomsaini alikuwa bado ana injury, size na amepona, na nilipenda hiyo calmness yake mbele ya goli. Ukiangalia bao amefunga ni very few players ambao wanaweza funga bao kama hiyo. Yaani alikuwa calm, collected na akaiweka at the back of the net. So we are looking forward to our next match, which will be against Zoo on Wednesday. Now let's hope things work out to collect the 3 points so that to move hapo juu katika jedwali.
In other matches today, Kakamega Homeboys were 2-1 winners of Kariobangi Sharks. Temilik Sugar and Sofapaka played out to a 1-1 draw, while league leaders Mathare United lost 1-0 to Azito FC in a late kick-off match played at the Camp Toyoyo grounds. Well, of course, you have to hand it to Zoo FC's Michael Madoya, who was last season's, of course, Kenya Premier League most valuable player. You have to hand it to him for the celebration, of course, for that goal, mocking Tusker FC, well, because Tusker. Well, now moving on, Gor Mahia will begin their CAF Confederations Cup Group D matches away to Ryan Sports of Rwanda on May the 6th. Following the draw that was conducted Saturday at CAF headquarters in Cairo, Egypt, Kogalo will also play 27-time Tanzania champions Yanga Sports Club, 2015 CAF Champions League runners-up and 7-time Algerian champions USM Alger. After the Rayon test, Kogalo will host group favourites USM Alger at home on May 15th. The Confederations Cup matches, Africa's secondary cup competition, are set to end on August 29th, after which teams from the initial 16 teams will proceed to the quarter-final stage. Gor Mahia qualified for the group stage after bundling out South Africa's SuperSport United. Among others, two-time winner Eliud Kipchoge will be eyeing his third London title with hopes of a world record at the back of his mind. Well, of course, we do apologize for the slight mix-up. But moving on, 9 boxers have been given the opportunity to feature in the Kenya Boxing League that will kick off next month in Nakuru. The 9 were given the nod after registering wins in their respective categories during the National, Intermediate and Youth Championships in Kaloleni, Nairobi.
Wesley Iraki, Wayne Nyadero and Anthony Mutua will represent their regions in the season's Kenya Boxing League, which gets underway next month. Iraki humbled Adam Salim in the fly 52 kilograms category, while Nyadero beat Andrew Odhiambo in the bantam 55 kilograms category. Mutua was victorious in the fly 49 kilograms category, beating Michael Ndonga.
Cheza league kabla hizo mchezo mbili zijachezwa, novices, Kenya novices na intermediate ambayo ndio inachezwa leo, ambaye kuanzia tarehe 9 tutakuwa kule Nakuru kwa ligi yetu ya kwanza, ambayo ndio tutakutana timu zote. Tutakuwa na timu 16 ambazo zitakutana kule Nakuru.
Hao vijana wakiwapatia mutisha na wapate training facilities mzuri, wawe na mahali pazuri pa kuchezea, na kisha onekana hivyo asiwachiliwe, afuatiwe hata kimasomo. Tuangalie anasoma wapi, kama anaangaliwa kulipiwa karo akicheza boxing. Kuna watu
kitu muhimu ni kuempower, kunacha na kuwaacha waende wajitafutie.
Elsewhere, Kenya Hockey League defending champions Telkom Orange claimed a 7-2 win over Chase Amira in a league match that was played at City Park. Lilian Auka grabbed a brace for the champions before Maureen Okumu registered the hat-trick and Jackie Mwangi's brace. Finally, former Kenya Volleyball Federation Men's League champions Kenya Prisons bagged 6 points as the second leg of the National League started off at the Bomet Green Stadium. Prisons walloped their fellow Wadas Prisons Mombasa by 3 straight sets before replicating the same performance against Administration Police. Prisons Kenya, who finished 8th at the Africa's Men's Volleyball Cup Championship, walloped their fellow Wadas Prisons Mombasa by 3 straight sets of 25-15, 25-20 and 26-24.
I believe KDF have come back a stronger team.
But all in all, we had to fight, and at the end of the day, we made it and won 3-2.
And Mwimoto Whalers are this month's beneficiaries of football kits donation from Betway. The donation will go a long way for the club, which is one of the non-sponsored teams taking part in the Kabete Sub-County CDF Football League, as Betway plans to support more teams across all sporting disciplines in the country.
We are here in Kenya to make history, to make a footprint, to be part of the communities. In the past, we've had similar CSR activities, similar to yours, supporting local teams.
Mwimoto Whalers draws membership from across Kabete, members that are largely part-time laborers, to the surrounding residential areas of Kitisuru, Nyari and Westlands in Nairobi County. Frederick Muki for Channel 1 Sports.
Well, now elsewhere, the selection process for the Africa Junior Chess Championships began today, with over 30 players taking part in the Epitome Junior Chess Championship that was held at KCB Club here in Nairobi. The event is set to end tomorrow, where winners are set to pocket a cash prize of 10,000 shillings.
James Kabui and Lucy Wanjiru have taken overnight leads after the first day of the Epitome Junior Under-21 Chess Championship, which started today at the KCB Club in Nairobi. Kabui won all of his 3 matches today to take the lead in the boys section with a score of 3 points. Same as Timothy Mwabu, who also won all of his opening 3 matches. Glenn Oruke won 2 and drew 1 match and sits in 3rd position with a score of 2.5 points, heading into day 2 tomorrow.
It's quite a tough competition. They are very good players here, and yeah, they are very tough. I'm enjoying myself, learning from them, and also enjoying myself.
For the opponents, they are very tough, but even I should become more tougher.
Lucy Wanjiru was unmatched on day 1, winning 3 matches out of 3 to sit at the top of the girls' leaderboard, just above second-placed Pranjal Parikh, who won 2 matches and lost 1. Abigail Wairimu is third, having won 2 of the 3 matches she played today.
Currently, the games are very competitive. I like the way the games have been going so far. We, being the day 1, the players are very determined. They are playing their best, and that was actually one of the main aims, to be able to bring their talent out so that they're able to showcase the Kenyan chess.
The event, which ends tomorrow, is being used to select a strong team that will represent the country at the Africa Junior Championship set for later this year.